Yeah.
Hello. Welcome
Well, hello.
to this
Hello,
video.
Jensen. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Brandon Kaiser.
I'm Josh Jessen. How are you?
No, I'm Brian Haas.
Get comical.
It's very nice to meet you.
Are we doing
Yep.
voices?
Yep.
We're
Good to
doing-
meet you
we're
guys
doing
out there.
voices.
Thanks for watching.
Very nice of you to watch Voices.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Oh wait, we do that at the end. Never mind.
Well, this is the end
start it now.
of 2017!
Well,
Hit
actually,
me with some blood!
it's been over for a while, but yeah, we're gonna now discuss the list that we had.
Explosions. Wubs and explosions.
I'm sure I put it somewhere in the description or somewhere the link for the video.
Maybe
where
the
we run down our
fucking
top
title
10.
of the video.
Well, it's somewhere, our top 10 lists of 2017 movies, so let's now talk with them a little. I didn't really think this out, so we'll figure it out
We
right
need to start
now.
with Brandon's list and talk about it.
We'll talk shit about each other's lists
Yeah.
in this video.
Alright.
And you guys want to start with mine?
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow, you guys must really hated my list.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But it was probably
Yeah.
dumb.
Well, it's right here.
I know parts of mine that were dumb.
Well, we all know one standout of Kitson.
You have very good penmanship.
Thank you. This isn't cutting my list down so far.
No, just saying.
Surprisingly
It's very-
nice.
Like, I thought this was printed. It's, like, very good.
I didn't see half of the movies on your list.
Yeah,
and
See more movies.
I still think Baby Driver is way too overrated for it, but it's
Look,
It's very okay.
It's
Very
it's a
okay.
decent movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it.
Is it on the
let
screen?
me-
I assume there's a graphic that says your list.
Do we have
It's
a little-
purchased.
Yeah, we'll probably have a thing.
Yeah, look at that shit. What the fuck?
Okay, what is Brigsby Bear?
Okay, well, first let me stand up for my Baby Driver.
Sorry.
One at a time, guys.
Okay.
All right, let me.
No. Why
Let me stick up
is
for the Baby Driver pick. Okay.
Guardian so holy shit?
Look, every once in a while, a movie comes along that you feel like is like made for you. Baby Driver is that movie. Okay, it has tons of things that I always love in movies. It is a throwback car chase musical fairy tale of
Starring
a movie.
a boy-hungry pedophile.
No, he's hardly in it, and he's
He
really
wasn't
good
at
in the
the
movie.
time.
He's
Pretty
yeah, and he's good in the movie. I'm not going to say that he's bad in the movie just
I think-
because he's a bad person.
I think he's
Like,
a really good actor still.
yeah, like he's getting good performances. I can't argue with that.
He gives great.
It's not like he was.
I'd go back to his trailer.
It's not like he was cast in the movie after this came out. Nobody knew any of this.
It's not like he fed off the acting
Not gonna-
potential of these young children. I mean, like,
I mean, hey, for all I know, Christopher Plummer could have made a great leader of the heists. You know, Christopher Plummer could have done it, maybe.
yeah,
What?
you could.
Christopher Plummer
All
took
Money in the
over
World.
for
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. It might have worked, but I don't know. We don't know because it happened.
We need the
before.
chick from House of Cards.
Robin Wright,
Robin Wright. Yeah.
who was in your number one movie, but we'll get to that later. What did you say now? Brigsby Bear was the next thing I needed to address.
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Yeah, that's exactly my question.
It's an indie movie starring Kyle Mooney from Saturday Night Live. It's produced by The Lonely Island,
Oh.
and it's a.
Is it animated?
No, it's kind of like if you know Teddy Ruxpin, the
Yeah.
doll from like the 80s.
Yeah.
Imagine he had a TV show,
No.
and there's a kid that was obsessed with it, and he decides, as an adult, he's going to make a movie to wrap up the storyline because the show never ended. The rest of the movie, I don't want to say because it'll ruin the quirky and awesome part of this movie. That if you don't know about it going in is way better.
But we should go watch it.
I feel like
But
I've
it's
seen
made
a
the list.
trailer for
It's-
this, but I think it might have been a dream.
It's
so I'm not
funny.
sure.
It's funny.
No, he's
it's,
like a 10.
I think you
It-
told us about it one day.
It's funny. It's heartfelt. It's it's really good. I super enjoyed that movie when I saw it. I like.
Did it play around here? Did you purchase it on Amazon?
Well, the first time I watched it
Like
in an
Jimmy.
internet fashion, and then went and bought it
Like
digitally. But
Okay.
yes, because there's no Blu-ray, it's only DVD. to buy.
bastards.
Yeah, so I bought it digitally so I could get it in HD. Anyways, but yeah, that's the movie. I don't want to give away too much because it'll take away from the movie.
One last point of contention.
Okay.
Get Out. Did it make your list because of white guilt?
No. I actually really like Get Out.
Okay.
No,
almost.
because if it was White Guilt, it would have been number one, right? Like most people are.
Yeah,
No, I don't want to say that. Like everyone likes movies they like.
No.
I don't understand the way
Get
Get
Out. Get Out just barely missed my
Yeah.
top 10, and I like it. I think there's a lot of people that are way too high on it, and I don't like. It's a good movie, but then people talk like it's the fucking bee's knees, and I go, I mean, it was good.
I think it's an important
Wasn't that
movie.
great?
You know, I agree with all that stuff. Like, it's an important movie. It's good to see. You know, I like that Jordan Peele got a shot at making a more serious movie. You know, like even though there's comedy to it, it's more of a serious movie. I like that they gave him the shot, that he made it for super cheap, and it made a shit ton of money,
Yeah.
because guess what? People wanted to see it. It was original, it was different, it was well made.
It's almost like original ideas still can make money in Hollywood.
Exactly.
If they're good.
Let's talk about sequels and reboots for next year.
Yeah. So anyways, I mean, yeah, it's very, I think I have a very diverse list of movies. I think that several of them I saw recently, like some things happened, recently in the catch-up, or they come out later, like I, Tonya just came out. That was a post-2017 watch.
Damn, that really, jumped up.
We saw it like opening weekend.
Yeah,
that was last Sunday.
It was last Sunday we saw it. And like I said, I just saw Brigsby Bear recently. The only holdovers for me really are like Get Out, Guardians, Wind River,
Logan,
Big Sick, Logan. Yeah, Baby Driver, of course. Blade Runner is kind of recent, but
I think we can all agree Logan staying power. Logan was like one of the first movies we saw, and it never really budged from.
Did you rewatch?
I didn't. I was going to, but I think I.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah,
but it's a movie that
did
not move.
We all have it on our list, and we all have it high.
I did rewatch it when it came out on Blu-ray. My opinion of it did not change. It is my favorite movie of 2017.
Yeah, it's an excellent movie. I mean, I think it's probably not your as high as we placed it if you didn't watch like the X-Men movies for the last 18 years or whatever. Like
I did.
But we all did. So
if you didn't know that Professor X was
a mutant,
you didn't know that Wolverine had healing powers.
You might miss.
This was not your movie.
Yeah, but
it's still good.
Logan, it's just really fucking good.
Yeah.
As
I think
overall, speaking of the year, I think there were a lot of awesome movies. I think a lot of the critical darling movies, like the award nominees, I was pretty disappointed in, to be honest.
And I remember thinking around March or April, I thought it was kind of a dud of a year, but making this
except
list,
for we had like Logan at that point and Get Out.
But at that point I was like, oh, we got 2 or 3 good movies.
We had Logan, Get Out, Split.
Yes. Anyway.
John Wick 2.
Anyway,
we had some good.
I was still thinking that, even if I was wrong. And by the time I made this list, it was kind of difficult. So.
All right. Anything else? We can go on somebody else's list. I don't remember what you guys all had. I see Kits. Should we go to Kits?
Yeah, sure.
Let's take a look at it. I don't know if I'll be able to read Josh's, but
let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Bright at number 2?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Bright.
I liked Bright a lot too, but
Bright touched me in all the wrong places.
It must have.
I guess. I enjoyed Bright enough. I just didn't think it was. I think it took way too long to get going because we never did a review. So I guess it's kind of.
I liked the slow burn, but I thought once it finally got going, it never really went where I don't know. It never
I liked the mythology part of it. Like I was interested to see where that went and how it was and stuff. And I don't get why for Bright 2 they're not having Max Landis write it.
Well, because Max Landis is the neck. He was. Sex scandal.
And also because he's doing American Werewolf.
I haven't heard that. I know, that's my theory. Is that he's more busy
right when Bright came out, came the Max Landis accusations. It hasn't really been that big news. Because
is that why we're not getting a season 2 of Dirk Gently or season 3 of Dirk Gently?
That was the other thing, is like this, they announced the cancellation, Bright came out, Twitter accusations popped out. Max Landis hasn't said anything. He's been quiet. Also, he's probably on the famous spectrum, like a D.
Yeah, that's true. He's not very famous.
So it's not like nobody's following.
But that was a major reason why I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
I like Max Landis.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Unless he really did that shutting that.
He did a Spider-Man telling he has on YouTube, or he did in the closet.
There isn't any details, just allegations, and no one's refuted them. But apparently, people are distanced, like they usually do in these situations. So that's why he's not returning.
I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know what.
Because also, didn't he write the original script and then he didn't have as much involvement?
Well, that's how every script in Hollywood works. Yeah,
he sold the script for like $2 million or whatever.
That's how it works. That's how you end up with Victor Frankenstein.
I don't know.
Look, I saw a lot of bad Netflix movies this year, and I was kind of thinking
Bright is definitely the best.
And then it wasn't.
Netflix movie.
It was actually really, really good, I thought.
I don't feel Woman's World anymore is a better Netflix movie, in my opinion.
And that's your opinion.
And it was an honorable mention for me, so I know you guys don't agree with that. But other than that, I'd say Bright is among the better of the Netflix movies.
I'd like to rewatch it.
That's not saying a lot, but it is among the better of the Netflix
Alright, tear her up. There's things.
Yeah, there's other things you can tear up in your guys.
I really can't tear up Kit's list. It's very normal.
King Arthur's very high.
Oh, I love the shit out of King Arthur.
I mean, I like King Arthur as opposed to most people.
That
but
made me
I liked
believe.
it, but I thought it was. I don't know. There was parts where like the Guy Ritchie film directing did not, to me.
those are the parts we like.
Yeah, that's part of like.
No,
I thought he could handle fucking fantasy.
No,
great.
there
We
were
like-
things
we liked
where it's like
the-
the Guy Ritchie directing of a fantasy thing. Like it just did not mesh with me.
Yeah, because we liked the.
Sorry about that then.
Well, as far as I can tell, we liked the whole thing of like, tell me what happened, and then
Yeah.
it's the long story and the
Yeah.
fancy cuts. And
I
everything.
enjoed the fuck
We
out
like-
of that.
Yeah, that's fine. We
I mean,
liked
I
it.
like-
When he
his
talked
normal
about like, oh,
movies,
this
and
is a
this
way
is-
to the dark, whatever the fuck, yeah. And
The whole fucking
yeah.
like little finger arrow scene, and I'm like, this.
I think the production design was pretty cool too. I mean, most shots in that movie look like a Frank Frazetta painting or the side of a van in like '80s metal culture.
Or a Mexican at 7 Mile Fair.
You
The-
miss
the
like
op-
me. You don't. You
the
don't. You don't.
opening
have
of the movie though, I thought was great.
Yeah, with Eric Bana.
Like just watching him grow up and everything like that, and everything he'd been through, I thought was a great montage.
That was cool.
I like
That
that.
really like kind of
I'm
set
still
the
a
tone
little
for the
question, like, what the fuck is Excalibur doing? What does,
Yeah,
does
I
it
mean-
slow time? Does it make explosions?
I mean,
Does it
obviously-
movie. I
everything?
think it speeds him up like the Flash.
Obviously, it wasn't close to making my list, so I did enjoy it, but I didn't love it. Like, it was just kind of a pretty good movie.
No, I mean, as far as schlocky fucking action flicks go.
And the actor who
I didn't
played
put any of those.
Arthur, god damn it.
But I really did like
Charles
No, no,
Dance.
no.
I like to see him more things. I hate to think that
Did you
he
watch The Lost City of Z?
I hate to get
Not yet.
typecast. I had not yet. As you
I did. It was pretty good. It was
You'd
pretty
see-
good. It's a little long.
I meant to.
It's a little long, but it's
I saw
pretty
the
good.
trailer for it, but it was like, what, he's going down the Amazon meeting random
It has Spider-Man in it. His son is Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
And then he goes looking for him?
Well, no.
I'm assuming he gets lost
I don't want to
somehow.
ruin the movie, even though it's
Alright.
based on real events, but,
Alright.
you know, it's
Just
a
watch
weird
it.
thing.
Alright.
Just go watch it.
I'll watch it.
Anything else you want to mention on Kit's list?
Really? I mean, that's.
I like that the Big Sick is on your list. I just think it's too
Yeah, I enjoyed the
I just think it's too low.
I didn't
There-
want to put it
there's my
low.
list. It's
I
really
wanted to put it
fucking
higher.
low.
I think the Big Sick, everyone has said it basically, so it's kind of moot.
The
but,
Big Sick was a good
the Big
movie.
Sick has the
I
best.
wanted to put it higher, but I kind of had trouble.
The Big Sick probably has the best 9/11 joke in the history of all time. So.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
See.
There's my
is
list.
it the right? Is your list?
That's the top. That's the bottom.
Yeah, okay, let's get to
Okay.
Josh's
And
list
it's,
now.
it's about
What's,
a
oh, Wonder Woman's a WW.
It's normal.
I thought it was Westworld.
It's a lot of blockbusters.
Yep.
Is that Dunkirk
It might
at
be
the bottom?
all, except for Free Fire. It might pretty much all be big budget blockbusters. I mean, that's fine. That's what you like.
This looks
That's
like
what I like.
Groundhog 2.
Guardians 2.
Alright.
Yeah, that's Guardians too.
Spider-Man. Really?
Hey,
I remember loving it.
I
I,
really
wish I
like
could have
Spider-Man.
remembered. Or
I wish I
watched.
loved it as much as most
Yeah.
people.
I mean, I thought it was
can't
alright.
connect to
Michael
it.
Keaton. Great.
Michael
I
Keaton's
love
great.
Michael Keaton.
I can't connect to the school stuff. Like I still don't like Flash Thompson in the movie. I like the actor. I don't like him in that
He
role.
was not the right.
Yeah, still
I didn't
don't
like what they
that.
did
Because
with
Flash
Flash
Thompson should have been white and
No, I
No.
don't care that he's white. I
He
just
should
didn't
have
like
been
the character.
the jockey jerk person, not like the other mathlete who's
Yeah.
dumb.
Not,
Yeah.
not
That's
not
what Josh, yeah.
the idiot guy on the mathematic decathlon team
Yeah.
or whatever, and also not a guy that does terrible jokes that are supposed to be funny to the other people, but nobody ever laughs at him.
Yeah.
Like Penis Parker, I didn't need to hear that 15 times in the movie. It wasn't funny the first time.
Peter already is a.
yeah,
for
Peter
penis.
is already another
Yeah.
word for penis. It's stupid. Stupid. Anyways, and also a lot of people say that Spider-Man's like, oh man, it reminded me so much of John Hughes movies in my childhood, and I'm like, bullshit. It doesn't remind me of any of that. It doesn't remind me of John Hughes movies. It doesn't remind me of
John
John
Hughes.
I think they tried to force the John Hughes movies in there, like by having the
Literally,
the
scene.
Ferris Bueller scene in the movie
Like-
next to the movie, the
Yeah,
scene that's
I've
the
heard his
same.
name, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Go watch.
I think-
Dogma.
I have.
Since no one else is saying
I know
it,
why.
Josh, why do you have Free Fire in your top 10?
Yeah, I was looking
You
at
loved
that.
it that
I'm fine
much?
with that.
Because
You
I
liked
like
it more
Free
than
Fire
us.
a lot.
Yeah. How many times did you see Free Fire?
Once.
Oh, I've seen a couple.
One and done.
I probably would put it higher, but I saw it
I
later.
really like Free Fire. I liked everything about Free Fire.
I like Free Fire. I think Free Fire is probably the best Army Hammer movie. That's a shot at you, Call Me By Your Name. But it's...
I like that it's almost a single set, tight, focused film that's character driven. And I like everything that's about
It has-
cool for like 20, maybe 30 minutes.
I like its personality. I like, for the most part, its style. I just feel like there wasn't a ton to it. I feel like it kind of had a messy ending a little bit, but overall I enjoyed the movie a lot. I think it's a good movie. I really like the movie.
I really like it.
dislike it. I just wouldn't make my top 10. Yeah.
Well, it made mine. Let's make fun of Brian's dumb.
Yeah. Let's get to Brian's lists.
Oh my god.
The Foreigner, I'm surprised, is in your top 10.
I really liked it. I saw it just the once, but it subverted expectations.
It's a solid
And it was
movie.
good.
It's a solid movie.
I wanted to see it. Yeah. Didn't make my list of things.
Why did you want to see it?
Because it's got Jackie Chan.
Okay, you shouldn't have seen it then, because Jackie Chan is probably the co-star of the movie.
I was gonna say it's got Jackie
Was he the co-star of the
Chan,
movie?
but he looks like he's playing Liam Neeson.
It's what's
Pierce Brosnan
Pierce Brosnan
is the
is-
star of the movie.
is yeah. In
I
more.
was gonna say Jackie
But I like
Chan
that.
as Liam Neeson.
Yeah, and
It's not as much as you think.
Did it focus more on Jackie Chan or Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan. That's why I said it.
Yeah. But I like it.
It was kind of
It's
like weirdly
half political.
advertised, yeah.
Yeah, it's half.
I mean, Jackie
political
Chan's
drama.
good in it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a bad Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
He's good in it, but
So
it's
it's
not
not-
a typical Jackie
it's
Chan
not what
movie.
they
And it's
advertised,
not, yeah.
But what you get, I really enjoy.
So Brian,
I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
I just didn't love it.
you
I love
saw a lot of movies this year.
You did.
Solid.
We both
How
saw
did,
80,
how did
right?
Molly's game speak to you that much?
It
It
was
almost
just
made
like
mine.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it like
So fantastic, number 10.
It was an
Yes.
honorable mention
it
for
beat
me.
No.
72 movies.
That's what
I think, okay.
Like, tell me why it was fantastic. Like, it's because like we just recently saw it. You
Yeah.
saw like 80 movies this year.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a lot of garbage.
He's
not
he's
kidding.
seen
Is that your
Lost
excuse?
Baby.
You saw
No, not
garbage?
only,
Lost
but
Baby's
like,
not on his list.
I'll help him out.
It was really funny. It
Was it the most hilarious comedy? Of
No, because it's not a comedy.
You can't help him out because this is the reason he put it on. I'm just
It's an
curious.
honorable mention of mine, so I can talk
I'm
about it.
not trying to rag him. I'm just curious, like
Yeah.
why he chose.
That's what we're
it.
doing now. We're ragging Brad.
yeah, but I thought it was really funny. That's important to me. I love a funny movie.
I don't see Baywatch on your list.
Even
It might be the best written movie of the year.
yeah, the dialogue.
I know there's a lot of well written movies. but
That's what's his name?
Aaron Sorkin.
He has good dialogue, and it seems to be one of those that either works for you or it doesn't. Well, it works for me. I like that it explained the poker playing, even though I didn't know nothing about no pokers, and I learned something about some pokers.
it was an interesting story.
Yeah,
That
They
was
didn't, like,
true.
Rely on that.
It was,
yeah.
well told with some interesting aspects to it.
And Shape of Water.
Yeah, did you see that?
No.
Oh, so
Okay, I liked Shape of Water, but I didn't love it.
That's
I
what
think
I
it's
said.
one of those overblown movies. I think it's good,
yeah.
but I don't know.
I had
like
a couple
it's,
problems with it.
What did you love about Shape of Water?
They love more than
You put above like
Art direction.
Foreigner, I, Tonya, and
I'm
Molly's
still
game,
helping
so.
you. Art
Yeah.
direction.
Get out.
Don't help him. Just
No,
I want to know
really
what
like
he thinks.
I really like the setting.
You don't have John Wick 2 on there.
I didn't.
What was
either.
better than John Wick 2?
All of those movies.
Oh, I think John Wick 2 is better than Shape of Water and The Foreigner.
That's
my,
what I wanna
my
know,
problem
Brian's
is if I
thoughts.
wanted to go back, I would watch John Wick 1 again over John Wick 2.
Oh, so I'd say more of you.
Alright,
So that's a
Enjoy the
problem
first
with John Wick 1,
one.
not a problem.
I get that.
Well, look,
I,
it's his
no,
list.
to me, I think that's a lot of it. I focused a lot on rewatchability because that's
I
important.
focus more on rewatchability.
But outside of the year.
I like
Oh, I don't want to
rewatchability
wait
too.
a year. For
I
most of
I
this.
consider rewatchability. I think we all do.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all consider it, but I think
It's a
I
big
play
portion
it.
for me.
That's a big portion for me.
I'm looking down my
That's
list.
why
I
I
can totally
dropped
rewatch
down
any of these
Guardians
movies
to
right now.
3 instead of 1.
You know, like
Because honestly, Logan wasn't 1 originally for me. Originally, it was number. Sorry, Logan wasn't number 2 on our original list. It was actually number 1 for me. But I actually dropped it down 2 spots on my own list just because.
Isn't it your number 1?
yeah.
Is your number one?
Sorry, Guardians. I meant.
Oh.
Okay.
Guardians.
Yeah, we were all
Sorry.
confused.
Guardians originally on this list wasn't Logan. Like for
We all
like
have
me,
Guardians.
it was like Guardians should have been number 1 before Logan, but then
I have
I watched
Guardians
Logan a couple times.
Yeah, we all have Guardians on our top
Guardians
10,
is very good. It's
Yeah.
which
I
most
enjoyed
people
it.
don't agree with. We're actually the weird ones in that one.
But
Like,
we're also the weird ones that don't think Get Out was The Great or Wonder Woman was the best movie of the year.
yeah. Also, really
Am
like
I the
Wonder
only
Woman.
one that has Wonder Woman?
No,
It has.
I have it.
I
Only
just
10.
It just
Okay.
missed my honorable mentions. Those are my like top 20.
I guess we could talk about that.
we
Now
can.
that we're-
Again,
we're done
it's-
feeling at you.
It's kind of like Get Out. It's an important movie. I
Is
think
it?
it's well made. I think it's, well, it's important in that it is the shining light of the DC universe.
Well, that's-
I thought it was the shining light of the DC universe, but also a like sort of like.
And it's
trap.
important. It's important in the fact that it proved that a female director can have a very good
Right.
movie and one that performs amazing at the box office.
I get
and
all
we
that.
wouldn't get more of it.
I get all that.
but the end isn't the greatest.
But the end falls apart.
Yeah, that's the main issue.
And I've heard so many like people talk about like, oh,
But-
Wonder Woman's like the best movie of the year, and it's so important. And I'm like, it's good.
Why is it
okay.
important? Because
I
it's a
don't-
woman?
Yeah,
Because
and
it's
that's
actually
it.
a good movie.
Well,
No.
That's a woman and a good movie.
Okay.
It's like a combo of that.
I-
I go,
It never been done before.
Okay, alert the internets. I'm gonna compare Wonder Woman to The Last Jedi. It's kind of like that. Okay, there are some awesome highs in the movie, but then the ending is not the greatest. And The Last Jedi is different because it has a couple parts of
It
it that aren't
jumps all
very
over.
good. Yeah, it's not just the
Slice right
end.
out.
This is where Wonder Woman you can focus on the end being the issue, as opposed to The Last Jedi, which is a few scenes in the movie. But and so it's like that. It's like it matters. It matters to the person how much the
Single
faults.
moments.
How much did the faults hurt the rest of the movie? And if it didn't bug you a lot, then
Yeah.
you love it. And if it did bug you enough to knock it down a peg, you're not going to see it as high as other people. I think that's what it is. I also think that it means a lot more and is way more entertaining to women.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a sexist statement or anything. I just think they connect to it more because it's a female character. They haven't got to see that very much, especially superhero-wise. And so they have a better connection to it.
I guess-
so they're focused more on the
maybe
better
that's probably
stuff
it, 'cause
than the weaker stuff.
I keep hearing how like important and how great it is, and I go, it's a good movie, but it falls apart at the end. Like it's just a stupid punch,
But like,
CG punch.
but like
fest.
No Man's Land, that whole scene
Yes,
is
and
amazing,
that's what I think. Like
and
No
it's
Man's
like,
Land, it's one of the
but
best movies.
it's an amazing scene. Like
And
there's
there's
The
no-
fist fight between
you can't
her
complain
and
that it's a
Ares
shit-
is like...
I can't. But also,
Yeah.
like we also have Dunkirk this year, where Dunkirk did like the whole war drama way better. Like, what we're- it did.
I can't really weigh in on this.
Look. This is the
Ryan
first
will
year.
back me up on
Oh,
this.
I just say they're
Okay,
completely different.
This is maybe the first year in like
World War I,
forever that a Christopher Nolan movie's not in my top 10 that one came out. And it's because I enjoy Dunkirk a lot. I think it's a very good movie. As much as people like to ignore the fact that there really isn't much of a story to it, there isn't much of a story to it.
That's cool.
And that's fine if that's not...
It's a backdrop. The story is.
But it's a fault to me. Like, I wish I had characters that I cared more about. I wish that I had more of a running plot. Like, I wish it wasn't as disjointed in terms of it. I mean, I appreciate what he did. I respect the shit out of the movie, the way it's made, all that stuff. I just have faults with the, like, story of it and all that kind of stuff. It's well made. It's really good movie. No problems with Dunkirk as a good movie.
I actually think what Brandon just said, I agree with 100%.
Yeah, well, which is some people, and I
You
think
didn't
that's
like
why. Well, he's harsher on it than me, because maybe.
No, I'm harsher on him, but actually the things he just said, actually, like, yeah, that's exactly probably
Yeah.
my problems, I think.
It depends on what kind of a person you are. Like, I gave shit to Call Me By Your Name a little bit ago, but if you're one of those people who likes the slice of life movies, you know, or same thing with Florida Project, I didn't think that was very good either. And it's because I'm not one of those people that can just watch people do realistic shit for 2 hours and call that a movie. To me, it's just like, oh yeah, I get it, those lives suck.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see 2 hours of random,
But to me-
like random things telling me that how much their lives suck. It's like, yeah, that's shitty. Is there a storyline to this? Like, there is. I want more of a storyline of plots and stuff in my movies. So,
Yeah, I don't know. To me,
and Dunkirk's way better in both movies I mentioned. but-
And yeah, it's better because it's an actual like event. It's some craziness went down, you know. I don't. To me, that's way different than like, oh, these people are poor. And this is these guys had to get rescued by ships.
I think Dunkirk is a more realistic portrayal of a war movie.
Yeah.
I think Wonder Woman is the better idealization of a war movie, like the
Well, it's the
fairy tale
more
version.
entertaining.
It's
More-
the
more of
heroic
the-
moment.
Yeah,
Like
it's more of the fairy tale version of war, I guess. Like, I don't know, like yeah.
To me, if there's nothing, was it ventured, nothing gained, or something like
Yeah.
that. The fact that she could like walk through no man's land without getting hurt, like.
Well,
Yeah, less
I mean,
impressive.
that was the point of the scene. Was she? Was,
Yeah.
Like
I know, and I get
the
that,
scene.
but it's like,
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't get the scene.
yeah. I'm just saying to me,
and I liked it.
And again, that's just look. In the end, all of this comes down to it's just your opinion. Like,
it's
I mean,
just your opinion.
none of us agree on what the
We
top
can
10
all
movies
agree
are.
that Justice League.
Oh,
Terrible.
sh-
Well, not terrible.
Terrible, strong word. Yeah.
Justice League, not a top 10 movie.
an
very
okay
middling.
movie. Yes, an okay movie.
It's funny that Gal Gadot can be in like one of the top movies and
Was that
also in
anybody's
one
list?
of the least
No.
top movies. No.
Well, she had a better filmmaker on that movie and more of a focused vision than 2 different directors and studios telling them change it up, make it more funny, and all that kind of stuff. Like it was much more its own movie than Justice League was a studio mistake. Like,
Well, I guess we should wrap this up then.
yeah, I mean, I think we covered the gist of it. Overall, it was a good year for movies. It's just, that's how every year is. Every year there's a bunch of good movies.
I mean, you can find 10 good movies.
Yeah, but
even
there's
in a
always
garbage
shitty
year.
movies like The Mummy and,
That was a terrible movie.
and that. That just kind of
I think we can.
takes... We didn't see Transformers, so we can't... Like,
Oh,
a lot
I
of
saw
people...
Transformers.
Okay, you did, but a lot of people will say Transformers was terrible, but we didn't watch it on purpose. But we are going to eventually, because we have to.
What?
Did we talk about?
I forgot about that.
We could talk about how Netflix and Amazon are like becoming actual.
How
studios.
Amazon's the better movie maker than Netflix?
We could mention that in a subset.
I don't know.
I have an Amazon movie in my top
They
10.
made The Big Sick.
Big Sick.
Yep.
I have
And a
a
bunch of other
Netflix movie in my top 10.
Well, you're the only weird one that did that, though. And you also have an Amazon movie in your top 10.
I did too.
So,
What? Which one?
Bright and Big Sick.
Oh.
yeah, it's easy to forget that he had Bright in his top 2.
No, I forgot the Big Sick was in it.
Oh, yeah, it's an
And
Amazon
that
movie.
he
And that's like a legitimate movie.
And I actually have seen, like, if I ranked every movie from this year, the Amazon ones would probably be higher than most of the Netflix ones.
I don't even know what Amazon did besides the Big Sick, and I didn't even know that until you just told me.
They did The Lost City of Z that we mentioned before.
Doesn't that kind of
They
prove
did-
a point though that like they're
Netflix
the
is
same,
doing it right.
They're the same tier.
Yeah, I think the
as
main issue is
regular-
you don't think of movies that are Amazon movies as Amazon movies
Yeah.
until you watch them and you see that Amazon Studios pop up in the beginning.
But I-
Feels like a
Netflix.
throwback to Red Letter Media.
What about?
They said like that Amazon and Netflix are making movies that that are really good, and therefore it's like making my dream of.
Well, yeah, but
I
we
never
said
actually
that-
have to go to theaters anymore. I just
Except
sit
for-
on the couch.
Except for
Is
we
what-
stated that Netflix
Mike
doesn't
said.
usually make the best movie.
They make movies that are solidly okay.
Or not that great. That's like that's mostly what they make. Like,
Yeah.
not that great, or
Or they make the
Don't
second best
judge,
movie
like-
of
Or
the
they
year
make
of our
the-
Lord
yeah.
I know, I've
2017.
seen quite a few movies this year that kind of.
Wait, Kit, let me take a look at your...
Let's see. Top 10?
Stop hiding it. No, I'm just kidding.
There's one more quick glance.
Quick plans.
Yeah, you put Bright over Guardians too.
Yeah. I saw Guardians 2
You were-
like 6
oh, that's
times.
right, no, that's right.
Yeah,
Never
I told
mind.
you this.
Now, wait,
you were sucking Guardians 2
are you-
dick so hard.
are you
and
starting on
Then
this?
you said you saw it too many
Too
times.
bright?
Yeah.
Are you
Quick.
so
Look,
No, not
outrageous?
too many times. I saw as many as
You want me-
I saw the
you
first
said
one.
when we did the everyone's
I
list
saw the
pulled
first one
together-
7.
Okay, that's a good
I enjoyed
thing.
the first one more.
We got one more video quick to do, which is talk about our combined list of.
Oh,
we
shit.
tried to figure out a list
I
of
thought
all
we
of
were
us
doing that right
together.
now. Let's just
No,
look
no,
at
we're
it.
gonna do that in a separate
Can
video.
we just look at it right now and go, this is it?
But
Remind
that's it.
everybody.
I think you
Let's
just
just
stumbled
look at
upon why I was surprised Bright stayed so high continuously. Is Kit.
Well, I guess that's
Anyways.
on the
Yeah.
bombshell.
On that
One person
bombshell,
out of 4 people was able to keep it that high.
basically.
Really? Are you serious?
Anyways,
Join us on our next
feel
exciting
hopeless world.
episode of
Where the fuck
Resisting
up?
Boredom,
Yeah.
where we really dive into the combined aggregated
I don't
list
want
of
to dive into it that much.
best
to be honest.
movies of 2017.
Best-ish.
All this and more on Resisting Boredom nights.
Because it's
Sex phone, hit it.